the word is a fiery sword. This is explained in Revelations as well, that the word is fire. It means it's light. Now John explains it as well, light. It is light that comes and it divides the flesh, also separates it from the spirit. Anytime we preach the word, it activates the prefrontal cortex. That's the place where we process what morals are, how we reason between right and wrong. It also triggers the amygdala. Now the amygdala is where all your fears, your emotions and your traumas are connected to. Now this is what I have noticed in the Bible, and that it's amazing. The Bible, a lot of the times, they work with something that is known scientifically now as exposure therapy.
Exposure therapy.
Exposure therapy.
Exposure therapy. Prolonged exposure therapy, PE, a structured cognitive behavioral approach to treating PTSD, was developed by Foa et al. In the 1980s and 1990s.
They actually understood that when you face the painful truths and you face the problems that you had before, what happens is there's a rewiring of neural pathways. This leads to trauma resolution. So Augustine actually thought about this. And Augustine said that the word of God cuts through his sinful thoughts, forcing him to confront hidden desires and change. Wow, this is amazing when you see that the word can come and it actually is changing us from inside out. And listening to the word, which is a fiery light, that means it's a light, it's a truth. And when it exposes us to those thoughts and those feelings again, there is a shift that happens. This is why when we hear powerful sermons, we sometimes feel a deep emotional reaction because the brain is physically reconstructing itself at that moment. Now guys, watch the next video because we're going to get into the genetics. Did you know that when big revelation comes, like immortality and things like that, the DNA actually breaks in two and reconstructs again. So you literally become a new man. We're going to discuss this. So in the next video, we're going to talk about how the word convicts you. So that's the first station. Once that has happened, then we bring into light, and in the old days it was called the confession, but it's not the old type of confession, but when we bring it into the light and we speak about those things, something shifts and changes. So that's what the word should do, right? It should be able to cause you to now bring it to light and discuss this matter. After that happens, then there is a process of judgment that needs to happen. We're going to discuss that, and that's in video 2 and video 3. Super excited to bring 5DP Luminous Incarnate to you. Why is this program special? Because we are coming from a season of being able to really synthesize the whole operation, the way of the cross, so that you can now step into every stage with not just a theological background, but with a neuroscientific, neurotheological perspective. It's literally going to take you out of the old pattern and give you a Christ pattern. It's going to give you a Christ mind, and my God, it's going to make you a new man and a new woman. Blessings. I'll see you in Missouri.